In a beautiful green forest, the morning sun slowly rose behind the tall trees. Golden light touched the colorful flowers. Butterflies danced in the air, and sweet little birds sang happy songs everywhere. On a high tree branch lived a small crow named Coco. He looked around at the beautiful forest with wide, curious eyes and smiled as the cool morning breeze touched his feathers. As Coco flew through the forest, he saw many colorful birds happily flying around. Bright parrots, tiny bluebirds, and cheerful sparrows filled the sky with color and joy. Suddenly, Coco stopped in the air because something amazing caught his eyes. Standing proudly near a sparkling river was a beautiful peacock named Pavo. Pavo opened his giant, colorful feathers, and they shined like a rainbow under the bright sunlight. Every animal around stared in amazement. Rabbits smiled, deer watched happily, and squirrels jumped with excitement. Coco looked at Pavo and quietly said, "Wow, he is so beautiful." Coco looked down at his own black feathers and became sad. "Why do I look so plain?" he said softly. "I wish I had colorful feathers like Pavo." Coco sat alone on a tree branch feeling lonely and unhappy. Just then, a tiny sparrow flew beside him and asked, "Coco, why are you sad, my friend?" Coco looked down and said, "Everyone loves colorful birds, but nobody notices me." The little sparrow smiled kindly and said, "Coco, every bird is special in its own way." But Coco still felt sad inside. Later, Coco decided to meet Pavo. He flew down beside the river and said, "Hello, Pavo." Pavo smiled and greeted him warmly. Coco looked at the beautiful feathers and asked, "Do you always feel happy because you're beautiful?" Pavo looked surprised and smiled. "Everyone likes my feathers, but beauty is not everything. Sometimes beautiful things also bring problems." Coco looked confused and asked, "Problems?" Pavo nodded slowly and said, "Sometimes hunters search for me because of my beautiful feathers, but nobody notices you, and you can fly freely anywhere." Coco still thought Pavo had the perfect life. Suddenly, later that day, Coco heard strange voices near some bushes. He looked carefully and saw two hunters walking quietly through the forest. Coco became frightened. "Oh no, Pavo is in danger." Without wasting time, Coco quickly spread his wings and flew through the forest. "Caw, caw, caw, danger, danger, Pavo, run quickly." Pavo looked up in surprise and started running fast, but his large, colorful feathers became stuck in the bushes. Pavo looked scared and shouted, "Coco, help me." The hunter slowly moved closer. Coco quickly flew down and started pulling the branches with all his strength. He pulled and never gave up. Finally, the feathers became free. "Run, Pavo, run!" Both birds quickly escaped and flew high across the sky. Far away, near a beautiful waterfall, they finally stopped and rested. Pavo looked at Coco with thankful eyes and smiled. "Coco, today you saved my life. Beautiful feathers could not save me, but a kind and brave friend did."
Coco looked surprised. Pavo smiled and said, "You wanted to become like me, but today I wish to become like you. You are brave, smart, and kind, and that is true beauty." Coco looked at his reflection in the water and finally smiled. For the first time, he felt proud of who he was. From that day, Coco never wished to become someone else again. He and Pavo became best friends and happily flew together through the beautiful blue sky forever. Moral of the story: true beauty comes from kindness, courage, and being yourself.